The iconic FNB Stadium south of Johannesburg is ideally suited to make your arrival at the start trouble-free. The stadium is surrounded by major roads and highways from all directions. These include the M1 North and South, the N12 and the N17, as well as secondary roads like the Soweto Highway, Clipperfield Road and Rifle Range Road. If you're coming from the north along the M1 South before 5:30 in the morning, you can take the N17 off-ramp and make your way to the Orange parking ground. After 5:30, you should continue along the N1 to Rand Show Road off-ramp and head for either one of the yellow, green or blue parking. Coming from the south on the N1 or the east via the N12, you can loop onto the N1 North, and there are two options here. Continue on the N1 North and take the Soweto Highway and head for the silver or blue parking areas. Or you can take the Rand Show off-ramp and proceed to the yellow, green or blue parking grounds. For those of you coming from the north and northeast, keep in mind that the M1 South will be closed to all traffic. You can access the red parking zone via Rifle Range Road and Nasrec Road until 7 a.m. Thereafter, you can access yellow and green parking via Columbine, Chris Hani and Aerodrome Roads. To ensure that you have a hassle-free morning, please visit our website, which has plenty of detail so you can plan your route to the start, particularly those of you coming from the northeast along the N2. You would have noticed that there are many access routes to get to the FNB Stadium and plenty of parking. And then for the next 3, 4, 5 or 6 hours, the streets of Joburg are yours. But please give yourself more than enough time to get to the venue. You want to be relaxed and comfortable as you load into your batch. So on the morning, you'll be in your relevant batch holding pen for a while before being released and rolling down to the start line, which will be a rolling start. Once riding, you'll go round the roundabout. Then, after passing under the Soweto Highway, you'll take a left that will lead you up onto the Soweto Highway. Once on the highway, your race will start in earnest. You will start the 947 Ride Joburg race at the iconic FNB Stadium south of Johannesburg. From there, you will head out onto the Soweto Highway and then onto the M17 before crossing over the busy N1 highway. The next turn will be to the left, which will take you into Nasrec Road. This leads you to the M1 South off-ramp. You will ride north on the M1 South. Staying on the M1 South, you will head north all the way out of the city centre through the suburbs towards the Woodmead off-ramp. Leaving the M1 at Woodmead, you'll join the R55 that'll take you down to the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit, where you'll do a 5-kilometre lap. Back on the R55 after the lap, you will then stay on Main Road heading south before turning right into Witkoppen Road, passing Monte Cassino on your left. A left turn off Witkoppen Road into Douglas Road, and you will head down towards Randburg on Bram Fisher Drive, leading into Jansmats Avenue. Staying on Jansmats, you will cycle through Parktown, Braamfontein and over the Nelson Mandela Bridge. You will then head back onto the M1 South at Car Street, passing Gold Reef City, taking the Nasrec off-ramp, which will lead you to the finish line celebrations at FNB Stadium. One very important note you should be aware of. Cyclists heading north at the 17-kilometre mark will be channeled into a single lane on the M1, while returning cyclists in the 84-kilometre mark will be heading in the opposite direction towards the finish. Be prepared for this, especially if you're riding in a big bunch. The elites will indeed be racing for a truly worthy prize. Once you have left the M1, you'll be on Nasrec Road for around 2.5 kilometres. It's a slight downhill which will rocket you across the finish line. Please bear in mind the change from 4 lanes to 2 on the bridge. The finish line will be at the stadium. After the finish, you will turn left towards the stadium, go round the stadium on the perimeter road, and then into the stadium for your roll around the Heroes Lap and out on the other side. If there is anything you're uncertain about for the Virgin Active 947 Ride Joburg, head to www.ridejoburg.co.za to get all the final details and to get you well prepared for Joburg's biggest cycling celebration. From the team at Faces, we wish you an amazing day out on the roads of Johannesburg.